As in the freight yard, there are no trains running in the yard nor the main line. I will now skip ahead to the factory where there are some trains up there waiting for us to rail fan. The Union Pacific 2012 is waiting to proceed and pick up its other half of the train, but in order to do that, Union Pacific 2012 is going to have to wait for the Cal train to clear the main so Union Pacific 2012 can pick up its other half of the train. The Cal train has finally arrived to clear the main. Now that the Cal train has cleared the main, Union Pacific 2012 is able to bring its empty lumber cars and hook onto its other half of its train. Now that the switch is thrown, Union Pacific 2012 is able to hook up to its other half of its train, but it seems there's a rock train approaching, meaning Union Pacific 2012 is going to have to wait again. Now that UP 2012 is in the siding, the rock train is now approaching. Now that there's no trains on the main, UP 2012 is the most important train on the main due to waiting for other trains. Later down the line, we catch up with Union Pacific 2012. No horns here are because there are too many trains that run by here every day, and the horns bother some people that live around the tracks. To be honest, it's really sad to say, but all trains hit a dead end at some point, meaning our train has done its job and is off duty. But don't worry, they're not being scrapped. We'll see them again soon. Now, Union Pacific 2012 is dropping off its cars into another siding, because track 4 is full of cars. Later on, we'll see these lumber cars again, in a different train. Last, but not least, the engines. Well, there's the last engine, Union Pacific 2012. Back near the factory, the Canadian National Rock Train is heading in reverse to the factory to unload its hopper cars. here at the factory, there's a double diamond. It's cool to watch trains go over the diamond, just like our rock train right here. Up here, we have a good view of our rock train being unloaded. Unloading the rock train will be a while. I will skip ahead to the time our rock train is unloaded. But before we can go anywhere, we have to see one hopper car get unloaded. Now that our rock train is unloaded, we may now move on. But in order to do that, we have to wait for the cow train to clear the main line so we can proceed beyond the diamond. The rock train is slowly creeping up to the diamond in order to see when the cow train is coming. The cow train has finally arrived. Yet again, Canadian National 2005 has to wait again, but this time it has to wait for 2 trains. Our first train arrives. Still, our second train hasn't arrived yet. Finally, after waiting an hour, our second train arrives. We catch up with the second freight train. We're still in the same spot, just on the other side of the tracks. We sit here for a while waiting for our train, but our train is finally here. Now that the switch is thrown, our train rolls backwards into the yard. Now fast forward until our train is done switching. That concludes today's rail fanning. Our last train was Canadian National GP38 2005.